ABC 6 News first at 4. It's like we're celebrating the 4th of July. We did not plan this.
No, we didn't. All we need is someone in a white dress in the middle, but no
go.
little black dresses as we discussed.
It's too hot.
Too hot. Way too hot. Honestly, look, I am a TV person's worst nightmare. I love wearing navy and I love wearing black, but this week is not the week. For those of you asking why that's a TV person's worst nightmare, is because jewel tones are the way to go when you're on television, so you don't look like a ghost. But it's fine. It's fine, guys. All right, let's take a look at the tropical outlook because it actually does match my dress today, which is something else to mention. This has actually gotten upgraded. Now a 70% chance of this tropical wave becoming something in the next 7 days. Again, that's a 7-day stretch, so it's still kind of a lot to wait, right? We have a lot of stuff that we have to sort out with this system because, as you can see, it's kind of just a jumble of nothing. Some showers and storms trying to organize, but they're not there yet, and there's no center of circulation, so there's really nothing to actually track at this point. Now, I do want to mention this is the time of year where we're leaving what we call the doldrums of the hurricane season. June, July, things get a little, well, for lack of a better word, boring, but we like it that way. But then we get into August and all of a sudden we generally see our Saharan dust layer come back a little bit, or dissipate, I should say, and we end up with, well, a little more heat when it comes to the water temperatures. So we in turn see more storms this time of year. Peak of the hurricane season is as we get to September. Now, back at home, for those of you who maybe aren't going to the tropics anytime soon, we are looking at some tropical feels. It's been really sticky today, and with all the heat and humidity, we're actually starting to get a couple of showers, couple pockets of heavy rain starting to spark across the ocean state. Is it anything super dangerous, really bad? No, it's not like we're looking at a severe storm outbreak or anything like that. But if you're about to drive home and you're taking 95, heads up, couple of showers, some heavy rain could cause the roads to be a little bit slick. We want to make sure that you're being careful as you get behind the wheel. Futurecast showing you again, it's few and far between, but we can't count out a couple sprinkles, couple raindrops as we move through these next few hours and into the late night. Things really start to dissipate as we get toward that midnight hour, but until then we're also still dealing with the heat. That's the other side of this story. I like to talk about weather in terms of perspective, right? It's not all about just the one number on the screen, but the numbers I think add a little perspective to the heat story all right here. Across the country, we have more than 135 million people under heat advisories today. That's almost half of the U.S. population. That's a lot of people, my friends. Once you add in the excessive heat watch and the excessive heat warning, we've got 10 million in the excessive heat watch and 13 in the excessive heat warning. Then we get a lot closer to that half of the U.S. population number. Now, us here in southern New England, well, again, we're still under this as well. It's going to last until 7 p.m. tomorrow, and the perfect example of why is this right here. I like to do a little compare and contrast. It is currently 90 degrees in Providence, Rhode Island. It feels like 95 because of the humidity, and that's where things get a little dangerous in terms of the heat. Heat indices going to be continuing into the 90s as we get through tomorrow. We see these numbers ramp right back up into tomorrow afternoon. Let's get through tonight first, though. I'll take a step backwards where we don't cool down too much. We're going to be in the 70s, and with the dew point temperatures, with all that moisture coming right back around tomorrow, it is once again going to feel like it's in the mid 90s, and guess what? We're going to feel just the same way as we head into the weekend. Actual temperature tomorrow is 90 degrees. Again, we're going to feel closer to 95, even 100 in some areas of southern New England. So make sure you're taking time to take a break in the AC, and then we end up with some areas, again, around the beaches with a little more relief. Speaking of relief, we actually get some relief from the heat by the time we get to the weekend, but we pay the price in terms of thunderstorms. But then finally, early next week, the humidity subsides. So it's not really going to be super cool and mega comfortable, but it's going to be much better.
I'm not happy about the thunderstorms this weekend, though. I'm really wanting to be outside this weekend,
Well,
Christina.
I'm going to talk to Mother Nature. I'll see what I can do.
Okay.
Give her a phone call.
Keep us posted.